This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of History of the World Part 1, the most historically accurate movie to ever exist. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but this movie is genuinely hilarious. It is just another great Mel Brooks film. It is extremely well done, and it's just a lot of fun. Honestly, if you are kind of sensitive, as every time I talk about a Mel Brooks movie, I'll give this a warning. If you are way more sensitive, it's probably better not to watch this because I'm going to be talking about this movie, which, although it does have some pretty ridiculous jokes, some may find these in poor taste, so just in case, I'm going to give you a warning. But going into this film, it's obviously all meant in good fun. He really pokes fun at everyone equally, and starts off with just a fun poke at cavemen. It was pretty funny when you see them using a fire to try and start a fire, but just hitting the rack against a torch. That was just a lot of fun. Looking at just really everything with the caveman section, it was some good fun. There's a joke that probably doesn't land super well today with the world's first marriage being shown, and then the next marriage. So, yeah, honestly, that joke may not be, as politically correct today, but again, it's all meant in good fun, and again, this feels like it really makes fun of everyone equally. And then goes to the one scene I'm always told about when I hear of this movie, and that is the Ten Commandments scene. And if you don't know what this is, it is a pretty funny moment. It is where Moses, played by Mel Brooks, gets the 15 commandments from God, and then drops one of them, destroying it, having to turn them into the Ten Commandments. It's just a small little scene in it, but is obviously a lot of fun, and yeah, it's all meant in good fun, so it's just a really ridiculous movie. After that, it moves to the next scene, which is one of the longer sections, and that is set in ancient Rome, where we have a just a bunch of fun stuff as Mel Brooks, who plays a lot of the characters in this, which is honestly just a lot of fun. He goes in and he just has this crazy, ridiculous time where he's a philosopher, and by that he means he's a stand up comedian, obviously making fun of the people there, and he goes and insults the Emperor a bunch who wants to see him executed, and then another character who is originally going to be executed but is saved by Mel Brooks' love interest in this. Sorry, I don't really remember the characters' names, but it's just a lot of fun since they really go and just play a lot of characters. But if you look at it, it's just so much fun to go and watch it. They go and have these really ridiculous escapades to escape and eventually make it to the Last Supper, where that's honestly just a lot of fun. They have a scene where Jesus says, "Someone's going to betray me," and they're like, "No one would do that." And then Mel Brooks goes and yells Judas when he's saying, like, "What do you want? Something?" He's supposed to be the waiter at this. And then, even more ridiculous, they have Leonardo da Vinci show up to paint the picture of the Last Supper. And it's just honestly a lot of just dumb, ridiculous fun. Obviously, he lived a lot longer after Jesus was born, and and he died and everything, and Christianity was also a big thing by that point. In fact, if you look at it, there's if obviously it's not historically accurate by this point. We're talking about how there's Christians in the entire section before Jesus is even shown, and he's shown to still be alive, and Christianity wouldn't exist until after the death of Christ. So it's just so much ridiculous fun. And just continuing on to the next one, there's this just incredible, like 5 to 10 minute music sound piece where you just get this insanely great dance number about the Spanish Inquisition and them going and just torturing people for not believing in Christianity. It was honestly, obviously, what actually is happening there is terrible, but just the jokes they're making at it and the entire swimming routine and dancing routine is just genuinely hilarious. It is done to be just dumb, ridiculous fun, and that is definitely what it is. And now, moving on to the final section, which is the French Revolution, and honestly, it was probably the weakest part of the movie. It was still a lot of fun, and so it gets to some kind of ridiculous shenanigans and stuff, but I think that was the weakest part of the movie, at least for my opinion, and it still does have a lot of fun stuff, but I don't know, I feel like it could have been a little shorter. Maybe they could have tossed in one more. But of course, there's the fun part at the end where they get rescued by the people from ancient Rome and they escape to be happily ever after in the end. And then they have just some incredible teases for History of the World Part 2, which they actually eventually did make. I haven't checked that out yet. I'll probably have a review of that soon, but honestly, this was just such a fun movie. They did such a great job. And honestly, I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.